What has been the trigger? You said trading is what I want to do.
I've always had a problem with being stuck in a job, my time being controlled, having all these structures in place, all these rules. I've always had a problem with that.
Why do you really have to be mentally, physically fit? What's the correlation?
If I'm just stuck in a 9 till 5, I'm only just going to be as good as...
What has been the trigger for you to say, oh, you know what? I actually want to jump into trading. What was the moment you said trading is what I want to do?
Just realizing that I was stuck in the rat race, that I had to do something with my life. And it was when I started my journey into self-development, sort of, back in, it was about 2013, 2014 when I first started trading. And then there was this book I read by Robert Kiyosaki, the Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And I realized that if I'm just stuck where I am in the rat race, this will be my life until retirement. And that scared me. And I realized, right, there has to be something that I can dedicate myself to that's going to take me away from being an employee and into a position where not only can I achieve financial freedom, but I can also have freedom, like just to choose and control my own time. And so I've always had a problem with being stuck in a job, my time being controlled, having all these structures in place, all these rules. I've always had a problem with that. And so for me, trading was an avenue, a vehicle to put me in a situation where I perform the best. So with trading, you're always under pressure.
Right.
You always have to perform. You always have to be at your best physically and mentally. And so I knew I thrive under those environments when I'm under that type of pressure. Whereas when I'm in a job, I'm comfortable. I'm in this comfort zone. I'm surrounded by people that they're happy with that comfort zone. I'm surrounded by people that, again, they like telling others what to do and they like to be listened to. And then for me, trading was more almost like being your own boss.
Freedom.
A lot more freedom. Nobody's telling you what to do, when to jump, when to move, when to do this, when to do that. There's no deadline for anything like that. It's you and the market. It's you and your strategy. And so for me, trading and the freedom that comes with it, and also the responsibility that comes with it, because if I'm just stuck in a 9 till 5, I'm only just going to be as good as whatever career that I've chosen or whatever job I've got. I mean, there's like different levels in every company.
Yeah.
And if I wanted more money, I'm going to have to gain certain skills to then achieve that promotion. But then that promotion means I have then less spare time. I have to then give up more of my time. I have to dedicate more hours and I have more responsibility, even though maybe it's an extra 5 or 10 grand a year on top of your salary.
Right.
Whereas with trading, I realized that actually the more capital that you're managing, that doesn't necessarily reflect on you having to work harder. Like if you, for example, let's say I risk 1% per trade. Now, if I have a £10,000 account and I risk 1%, that's 1%. But I could be taking the same trade on a 100,000 account and I'm still dedicating the same amount of hours to that trade.
Yeah.
That trade may take me 30 minutes and I'm still just risking that 1%. Now, I could have a 10 million account in capital.
Yeah.
And I'm still spending the same 30 minutes. I've just scaled it. And so when you're working in a corporate environment, you can't scale what you do. You just, if you want more money, you have to increase your hours. You have to increase your responsibility. Whereas with trading, you need to do is just increase the amount of capital that you have that is backing what you do. And so when I realized this, I thought, wow, trading is actually a vehicle towards being able to scale my lifestyle, achieve more freedom, be in control. Now, on the surface of it, it sounds amazing. It sounds sexy. This Lambo lifestyle, traveling, being on the beach, getting your laptop out, taking a few trades here and there. I have tried it and I end up losing money every single time when I go on holiday and I try to trade. It's definitely not something that I advise. I mean, the lifestyle is very attractive, but the reality of it is tough. And you have to fall in love with the struggle, because it's always going to be a struggle, because you always have to be at your best every single day.
Yeah.
That's the reality of trading, is you have to dedicate a lot of time to your physical and mental performance. So what does that mean? That means that you got to make so many sacrifices. You have to be at the gym every day. Every day.
Why is that? Why is it important to be? Because you said it now a few times, right?
Yeah.
You said if you're in a 9-to-5 job, then first of all you're trading your hours. But if you actually want to be successful in trading, you don't have to work a 9-to-5. You can just be concentrating on a small amount of time. That's one. So if you do that, why do you really have to be mentally, like physically fit? What's the correlation? Because
what I've found in my own trading and working with hundreds of traders is that as human beings, we get complacent. We are naturally lazy. We naturally just want to relax and chill. And so what happens is that a trader can, work really hard, do all the right things. And I've seen it happen so many times that they have this target in their mind, right? I want to manage 100K. And when they achieve that, then it's almost, they feel as if they've completed the mission, that the mission is done. But really, that's just one chapter. That's just one milestone. And so the trader then starts getting complacent when they stop doing everything that got them there in the first place. The daily workouts.
Right.
Analyzing their trades properly, which we call the ASR, Advanced Self-Review. So every single week you need to review the trades that you took, the things you did good, the things that you did bad, what lessons you learned from it. And you use that to become better, to come back the following week better, sharper, more focused. Now, if you stop doing the process, no matter what level you reach, you get complacent. Naturally, we get complacent. We want to relax. And this is the mistake many traders make once they've reached a high level. And I've made that mistake before. And I work with traders that reach that state and then they start giving back. They start going back a step. And the thing about trading is that you can very quickly go from hero to zero.
I want to thank you for tuning in and liking and being so engaging. I'm loving the love and the support you're showing me every single episode. If you have any questions, make sure you follow us on all our social media and leave all your comments and your burning questions in the comment section down below. If you're listening to us through the audio platforms, Spotify, iTunes, or if you're watching us on YouTube, do not forget to give us a subscribe. Thank you for tuning in to the Diaries of Success. I was your host, Hajar Beyaz. Until the next episode, do not forget to live your best life.